everybody.
What's going on?
Hey, how you
We
doing?
missed you. You look great. How have you been?
You noticed? Thanks.
Yeah, I know. I just want to make sure that I acknowledge. I want you to acknowledge and I acknowledged you.
Yeah.
You know. So how you been, everybody?
Not too bad. Not too
been
bad.
good.
Enjoying
Some
all
fun
the sports now. We got everything rolling back. We got baseball back. It springs.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
I got the commercial yesterday that was like 1 week away. Or
I know.
whatever it is. I'm like, what?
What do you mean 1 week away?
No, yeah, it's like I can't believe it because it's Dodgers versus someone who's opening game, and I was like, it should be a good game, but I'm like, already?
Yep.
Man,
Feels like
just
it was just there, and we're already back. But
Yep.
I'm ready.
I feel like time doesn't really exist. I think it's just a concept that we just kind of it's a thing we're told it's a lie. I'm in there in the
Get your
conspiracies.
tinfoil hats on. Good grief.
Oh man, so yeah, there's been a lot of fun stuff sports wise. So I know we have our topic we'll go over today.
Yep.
But any fun news we want to talk about?
I mean, all of the different trades that have been going on. Like, NFL has been going wild with just everybody signing, not signing. Max Cosby decided to not pass his physical, apparently.
Heck
Yeah.
dude.
So, Ravens backed out of that.
Which, I mean, I get if there's a thing, but that would have been a crazy thing, a crazy addition to that team.
Yeah.
I was kind of excited to see the chaos, but
I'm sure Burrow wasn't.
well, that's true.
Yeah.
He was not.
Dang it.
He was not. Neither was Jamar Chase.
Nope.
No, they didn't keep it. They didn't keep it close to the chest. They let it be known.
No.
Dude,
Well-
social media has to be the worst thing that happened to every PR agent.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like, you know, every PR is like, please don't stream, please don't go live, just shut up. Like, that's just what I need you
Meanwhile,
to do.
everybody's either got their own video game stream
Yeah.
or
Oh, dude,
they've got their
That's
own
where Jamar
podcast.
Chase found
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
It's
They're like playing
Yeah.
whatever, Arc Raiders or whatever, and just going off.
I kind of think it's hilarious. Like it's like
Oh, it's great.
Was it Draymond last year? We all laughed because Draymond got eliminated from the playoffs, and then like 3 hours later was live talking about his loss.
Yes.
Yes.
And you're like what? Draymond, take a nap, go to sleep,
Yeah.
think on it for a second. But no, that's pretty funny. But yeah, and you know the good old saying, "Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice."
Right.
Yep.
You got the Jets getting Geno Smith back,
We'll see.
which I thought was hilarious.
Yep.
But I'm like, guys, you already tried this. It didn't work.
Right.
Right.
Like, what are you thinking here? So I don't know. Yeah, that was a funny one. Yeah, the Crosby deal going through. I haven't seen much else that's been that big just yet, but this is the fun time.
Nothing groundbreaking, but I've been seeing like every day there's at least one or
Something
two
new.
things that are, being signed for at that point, one thing or another.
Yeah, it's my God. You gotta love these guys, and it'll make for a fun season.
Yeah.
Dax in the news for some from
Oh
for some
yeah,
controversy.
he broke up
Hey,
with
Broke up after the day of the bachelorette party,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Wasn't she just on her trip?
Well, yeah.
That's awesome.
I've seen a lot of.
It's
good
not
stories.
awesome and like,
Yeah,
it's not,
it was
it's not funny,
awesome.
haha, but it's,
Unsubstantiated rumors says that it was because she didn't want to sign a prenup that he wanted, even though he signed.
hey, good looking out, Dak.
Yeah.
Way to be there,
So
bud.
I saw,
Again, unsubstantiated
Yeah.
rumor here.
I was saying,
that-
I saw-
yeah.
I saw that one.
Unsubstantiated, good looking out, Dak.
I saw that one. I saw the he didn't want a joint bachelor party.
Oh,
I've
interesting.
seen she's cheated. I've seen he's cheated. I've seen
Yeah.
the whole spectrum right
The
now.
the prenup makes the most sense at this point, I think, to me.
Well, I'm like-
Because that's a lot of money that if you don't sign a prenup for.
His burner account's going crazy right now, I bet.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you're mad at me
Yeah.
for not doing prenup. That shows
Yep.
you where your intention is, or for wanting to do a prenup.
Minor
Shows you
news:
your
Travis
intention.
Kelce said confirming he's coming back for 14th season.
Yes.
He's got to go, bro.
Yeah.
This is it.
Hey, great podcaster.
Yeah. Great podcaster.
Decent hair. Terrible mustache. Gotta retire off the field, though.
Yeah,
This is
he's not the same tight end as he used to be.
No.
And is there even a chance Mahomes comes back in the middle of the season next year, depending on?
I mean, I guess technically there's a chance.
Yeah,
There's
but
always
I
a
would
chance.
doubt
it'd be
it.
late season if anything.
Yeah, there's always
Pulling
a chance.
pulling a Channing Tatum or Jason Tatum.
Yeah,
Jason
dude.
Tatum, yeah.
I was like, Channing Tatum, what's he doing?
Pulling
No,
a Tatum here.
Dude, I'm so happy Tatum's back.
Yeah,
Like, I'm cautious for him because I don't want him to overdo it.
he's been good so
he's,
far.
He's killing it, and he's
been good
not.
so
I
far.
think he's understanding his boundary because scored 15 game 1, 14 game 2.
That game night, that first game back was,
it was
impressive.
Great. It was nice to see him come back. And
I was
just
surprised they didn't put him on more
lose.
minutes restrictions. Honestly,
Me too. I was really stressed about it because obviously with this kind of injury, like you just don't know how it's going to take.
No.
Just
Oh,
because
yeah.
he practices well doesn't mean he can play a game well. It's like
right.
I know I say this like they don't know, but like
Right.
it's that thing where I'm like, it's different playing a game versus training. Like his training has been great.
Well, and he's
here.
going to push it so much further than he
Yeah.
would. Like in training, you're going to baby it a little bit.
Yeah.
He's still going to, I'm going to take it
But
easy.
you can also tell that's why he's only scoring 14 points, 20 points at
Yeah.
most.
I will
you
say
know?
the one good thing about Tatum, there's only
dare
one.
you.
Yeah.
How
But
dare
his attitude to be patient is really good.
Yeah.
Because if you think about him on the Olympics, listen, if I'm Jason Tatum, I'm arguing to be on the court.
Yeah.
I'm arguing to take every shot, KD's not there, stuff's not there. I'm there.
His only comment
He's-
was after the Olympics ended.
Yeah,
So
but
was
he
patient.
wasn't. He wasn't like. He really wasn't even like really tripping. Like,
No.
imagine Anthony Edwards didn't get the look.
No, right.
You would have heard about it that time. He would be on
Yeah.
the bench. He'd pull a Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
The game be going, and he'd be giving an interview right then. So I think that's good for his injury recovery because if he's not going to push it early, because he doesn't have anything to prove.
Yeah, but so we're talking about PR nightmares. That's a PR dream right there. Of just,
He
like,
is a
player
PR
who
dream.
actually like sits and,
Yeah.
and listens.
Well,
Yeah.
and this just shows you, because I think when the playoffs ended and we were kind of talking about the injuries and
Yeah.
stuff like that, we had Halliburton and we had Tatum with the same injury,
Mm-hmm.
with the same scenario,
Yep.
and us being like, okay, it's really going to depend on how their seasons look if they decide to come back.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard nothing of Halliburton's training, how his heels going.
I actually can't. I
Dame,
can't
I've heard a
think
lot
of
about Dame.
Yep.
Tatum was in every week. You heard something about Jason Tatum. I don't know how it's going with Halliburton, but the thing
Right.
is, there's no reason for him to come back.
Right.
So that's partially probably why.
on
Yeah.
this team.
Yeah,
No.
there was zero reason. They're
No,
having a
absolutely
horrible
not.
record. They're not going to be in the finals again. There's no reason.
That's such a shame when it's just like a
horrible.
fall from grace.
You
on
went
that
from the
one.
finals to this,
Yeah.
and I don't even think they'd be much better with him. I'm not saying they wouldn't be this bad.
Here's a
but,
topic
like,
to go off of for a future date. Teams that fell off the hardest. Like if they had a either like.
Oh, he already got the answer.
I'm about to say.
There's a
But
lot of
like
teams that
either
fell off.
I would say criteria is they either made it like they either won or were in the championship Super Bowl game, and then who the very next season how far did they
Yeah.
tumble?
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
what I
I
would
gotta-
say.
Pacers would be up there. I mean,
Pacers would be up there.
Yep.
Mavericks, obviously. Like we got a few.
I mean,
No,
shoot.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, because they went from.
Oh,
the
you're talking about
finals-
Luka to-
They went from finals and
Yeah.
then instantly were like,
Yeah.
nah.
And-
Yeah, I guess that is true.
I
You
mean,
traded
shoot,
your
even
star.
your Philadelphia and your Kansas City.
Yeah.
Kansas City
Yeah.
not even making it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Philadelphia losing in the first round. Yep.
There's a lot. That's a good one. There's
Yeah.
a lot of.
I'm sure there's
options.
probably even worse where they like tanked and were just
Yeah.
like weren't even close. You know.
You really think about it, you're gonna be like, oh my.
Yeah, it's like they did what now?
But yeah, Tatum's back, and he's back because he knows Celtics were doing great without. What's happening right now is what I was really hoping was Celtics had to learn to play with each other without Tatum. You know what I mean? They had their few same players and a
Yeah.
bunch of newbies who now have a voice who can be actual like bit parts. Because I think
Right.
if Tatum started out the season, I think it'd be a little harder for him to find the rhythm because then it'd be Tatum would have been in the rotation
Right.
Yeah.
more. He would have got the ball more, which would have taken it away from a Hugo or from a what's his face, which I already forgot his name.
That guy.
The other guy. So I think you get the ones that like they needed to learn how to play, find their voice, play with each other, and go as far as they could. They've exceeded expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
for
Tatum's
sure.
back to come in there and fill the void of that final
Yeah.
scorer they needed.
Yep.
So I feel good about it.
And
So,
it seems like he's willing to, like you said, he's willing to play that role well instead of trying to
Yeah.
ram his way to being the superstar again.
Oh yeah,
Where
I rather
you know,
him touch the ball half the time and score 20, 15.
Oh, yeah.
Like because then it's like okay, great, we need you there.
Yeah.
And then if for some reason Brown and White are playing horrible, then Tatum can.
Yep.
Like he's
Yeah.
capable of scoring 25, 30.
Yep.
So I feel good. That's why tonight's game against the Spurs and then with OKC are big ones for me because I'm like I feel like the coach for Detroit the other day was like, oh, we're not worried about Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Keep that energy because then I feel like
Right.
we can beat you.
Right.
We've already
Right.
you were split the season. We can beat you, but I need to know we can beat the best of the West. So I
Right.
need these couple games.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I got.
I mean,
That's
things
what
are
you
things are starting to lock into place on both sides of the bracket though too.
I will say the East. If you have to play the Pistons in the playoff, it's gonna be a rough series because they're very physical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be tired, bro.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
not you particularly.
Oh no, I'm gonna be tired too. I'm gonna be like
Heart palpitating.
halfway in,
Yeah,
being
it's
like,
like-
Chase, why are you heavy breathing?
Yeah, yeah, but it's gonna really like,
Get that brown
especially
paper bag
Tatum.
next to you.
That
Even
is the
into
difference.
playoffs, he's still going to be recovering because you are not the same, especially after an injury like that.
Yeah.
So, a season or
Yeah,
two
could
later,
you imagine going a game 6, a game 7?
having
oh
the-
my god.
What I kind of hope happens is that
Detroit Pistons for 6,
Oh.
even if you beat them in 6,
Yeah.
you've got to be D'd up against those fools, and they are physical.
Well, if Boston stays 2, they kind of keep rotating with the Knicks. So
Yeah.
like, if we stay 2, that means we'll have to. We won't meet them until the conference finals.
Right.
So if that's the case,
Just sets up bad for the finals because
Yeah.
you don't want to go tired.
It's gonna
But
be
you're going to be
brutal.
tired anyway.
what I
but-
kind of hope is that they try to be physical and double team like a Jalen Brown
Yeah.
or a White, and then it takes their attention. Because the thing is, anyone on the court can score.
Yeah,
if you're a
100%.
starter, they could go off for 30. Pritchard is
Yeah.
off the bench now again,
Dude.
and he can score 27, 30.
Yeah.
So I think I need them to underestimate one of those guys because they'll prove you wrong. So I'm excited for playoff. I need some playoffs in my life. I kind of forget about basketball for the first half and then really digging around.
Like
the
as soon as All-Star break hits, it's where it really locks in. Yep.
Let's go. All right.
I've got nobody to cheer for in basketball right now. Okay. Our
Boston Minnesota
tanking,
Association.
our tanking by trading for the worst players in the league worked out great.
This will be a great next season.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, you know what? We might actually get a decent draft, and we don't have a lot of draft stock coming up, so this is our one
Another
draft.
decent draft as he gets the first pick last year.
And we're very lucky it worked out.
Yeah.
Cooper
Very
Flag,
lucky.
we're so
Flag's
happy.
doing great. Yep.
Yeah, super lucky there, but this is a deep draft, and we might get a top 10.
Yep.
Yeah. And you will.
And we do have Derek Lively coming back one day, and then we
Yep.
should trade him immediately before he gets injured in it. He's like the next Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And I love Derek. I think he's a great player. Yeah. I like how we're first name basis.
Yep.
Derek's my boy.
But yeah, he's such a glass cannon, dude. He just-
Oh yeah.
Which is awful to see because he is talented.
Yeah. That's what makes it harder. Is like that's why we joke about Fat AD, but I wish it would have worked out because him healthy is great.
Oh yeah.
He's what Dallas needed. Anthony.
Him healthy
Yep.
is a problem.
So he already proved after a year and a half that he's only played like 10 games.
Yeah, dude, it's
That's
bad.
wild. That's
I'm
such
like-
a wild thing.
And then in the past like 3 or 4 years, he's only played like a third of the season.
Yep.
In like 3 or 4
with
years.
this all different injuries, it's not even like he's
Yeah.
aggravating the same
No.
thing. It's like a hand here, a rib there, an oblique here. Like
What I find so funny is he gets slapped in the face and he has broken thumb. And
Like
you're like,
somehow.
what?
Right.
And
Right.
you get kicked in the shin, but then your ankle hurts, or like then your like neck hurts, and you're
Yeah.
like, but you didn't even get hit there.
It's always one more
Yeah.
thing with him.
there's a medical study to be seen here, and I'd like to know like what his body is connected to because
Yeah.
it's wild.
It's hilarious.
Yep.
All right.
So the brackets haven't been completely announced yet, but the
No.
standings are pretty close to, I would say almost close to finalized here.
Yeah.
For NCAA here.
At least for the
Madness
top,
coming
I
up.
think the majority of the top is pretty much
Well,
done.
and once we
Yeah.
fill out our brackets, if you want to, we can. I want to post them
post
so we
them
can
up.
post
Yeah.
them up on there. We'll
Absolutely.
do like a some sort of
Yeah.
event for everybody to
Yep.
follow our thing to try to do your brackets for March
Yeah.
Madness. I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
I always do really well in the first round. I think last year, like I had Houston going all the way to the finals, and they lost like 1 win away. And I was like, nah.
Yeah. I haven't filled it out in a couple of years, so I'm
it's
interested
been
in
a
seeing
few
what-
years for
Yeah.
me.
I do it every year just for funsies.
I usually pay attention to just individual players
Yeah.
for like the draft coming up because
Yeah.
I love that stuff. So now I have to like remember that there are teams in this game.
Yeah, exactly.
So it turns out.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see because right now it's top 4 are Duke, Arizona, Michigan, Florida, then Houston, UConn, Iowa State, Michigan's 8, Illinois 9, and Virginia 10 as of the moment.
Yeah.
So pretty solid up front, and they're going up and down pretty quick. Nebraska just dropped 2 spots out of the top 10. St. John's jumped up +5. So
St. John's. I always do a couple like underdogs. I think
Yeah.
St. John's is always one I kind of throw in there.
Yep.
Some sort of Texas team. I always pick to kind of go kind of far.
yep.
At least a third rounder.
Let's see, Texas Tech dropped down 6 because they lost I think their main was a power forward early this year to an ACL injury. So
That sucks.
so that's what they've been doing good, but not as good as
Right.
what everyone was hoping for.
Yeah, they might be.
And unfortunately, there are some powerhouses this year.
Yes, yeah.
Might
Like
have to knock
Duke,
them out.
honestly,
Duke's always just a monster.
Duke's a
I
safe
don't
bet
know
to
if
get
anybody's
to
going to
the
get past the Boozer brothers.
finals. Think so?
Like, are they actually brothers?
I don't know.
That is brothers, right?
Okay.
Cameron and Caden
I think so.
Boozer.
Yeah.
They like Cameron Boozer
Odd
looks like the
coincidence if they're
true.
not.
It would be right.
Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, but they are so good. Like Cameron is so good specifically. I don't know. I think they take it. I think Duke brings it home.
Duke just goes all the way as the number 1.
Yeah.
All right, that's a bold move.
I think so.
I like that statement.
Yeah.
I'll give an official shout out when the bracket actually
When it
I can-
finalizes?
Yeah, when I
Yeah,
can
I
actually
need to be able to
see who
stare at
they're
it
going.
and see what the
Yeah.
rankings are. I need to look at it.
Start
and really
seeing all of the numbers coming at you,
Yep.
who's going where and who's upsetting
need the
who.
spidey sense
Yeah.
to be tingling. A
Yeah,
little
once
bit.
the bracket, I guess it does depend on matchup, that's for sure. I don't know, man. I'm going to call it early. Duke, Boozer gets it all the way.
All right.
And then he goes first. And,
Hey, it's
or,
not like
I don't
you're
even know
choosing
that
some
he's first
scrub.
anymore. I think
Yeah.
he's ranked second or third.
Yeah.
Oh darn, second
But-
or third.
I don't know, man. He's got it.
Yep.
He's got it.
Ready to embarrass yourself in front of the world?
Right. That's all right. Y'all can come at me.
Yep. All right.
Oh Lord. All right, we ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
Or do we have any more news to review?
I think
I
that's
think
the top
some major
ones.
news. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
I mean, the only thing for golf is that we got
That's fun stuff coming up there.
Yeah, we got the Players Championship this week. It's gonna
That'd
be
be
it's
good.
the unofficial 5th major. It's at TBC Sawgrass, one with the island green.
Yep.
Iconic.
Let's
beautiful,
go.
Beautiful course.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to post some stuff. How long is that? Like a weekend or? Is it a
Yeah.
week?
So they're all Thursday through Sunday. So
Okay.
it's this. So in 2 days, Thursday is
This
going
is
to be.
the tournament.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll try to post some stuff about that
Yep.
as I can on there because I'm excited to get back into some golf season.
Yep.
Because then I can kind of keep an eye and try to learn a bit.
Yep.
Try to learn a thing or two, especially since we've talked a lot about some of the different tournaments and things coming
We're
up.
gonna open your eyes.
Yeah,
My
right.
pupils will be this big. I'll be like an out of body experience next
Yep.
time we do this the next podcast and we're talking about it. I'll be like,
Yep.
guys, I've seen Valhalla.
The problem with golf is it all depends on where they're playing.
Oh, yeah.
And like who's in there.
See-
Now I'm a John Daly fan. He's my
Yeah.
favorite player ever, and Daly Jr.'s up.
Yep.
His debut
Yeah,
over in
so
Puerto
he's
Rico
technically
Open,
still
right?
still an amateur because technically he is.
Is
yeah,
he still?
Yeah, because he's technically at was it Arizona? I
This is
believe?
the problem. Okay, I love golf. We got to say amateur. Okay, golf people. It's not amateur.
Yeah.
All right, we're not fancy.
Amateur.
All the amateur players. I'm an amateur.
That's
I don't think I've ever heard
Amateur.
that.
Have you really?
No.
Dude, I'll send you some videos because
All right.
I've definitely
Amateur.
seen it.
I'm an
like,
amateur.
stop.
All right.
So are
Stop.
you tournament or tournament?
Tournament.
Tournament
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
'Cause
one of those
tourney.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's
You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
You
my
better.
ears. Yeah. I just want to admit right here on camera, I agree with James. It's one of those like it's just certain things you hear and you're like,
No.
No.
don't say tournament to
Yeah.
me.
So he is an amateur. Still,
He is
though.
technically an amateur, yeah.
But he's playing at Puerto Rico Open. How did that work?
Sponsor invites
Okay.
usually, where they say, "Hey, we'd love to get you out here."
He
It's
did pretty
PR.
good, though, from what I
yeah.
understand.
Unfortunately, you can't get any of the money for it, but it was the Puerto Rico Open.
He can't get money playing sponsor.
can't- you
I
get-
wouldn't even go.
You get
What's-
clout
what's
at
the
that
point?
point. You get
There's
clout.
clout?
It's you know.
He's there for the love of the
because
game.
it's especially if you're planning on going pro, you get more sponsors that way.
Okay,
Apparently,
that makes
especially with NIL stuff. Nowadays, before it was just you go specifically just to get your name out there. Now
Yeah.
it's because you get NIL money. Just doing that, saying, "Hey, I'm worth X amount at a professional tournament. Sponsor me." Now he can get buku dollars at that point.
So with golf, if he's amateur,
Yeah.
So what does he have to do to not be amateur?
So he's not-
to be
You
able to be in these tournaments.
You just have to proclaim it.
Since he's
like, that's-
on collegiate, he has to finish college, or
drop
leave,
out. Yeah,
leave
either
college.
you cannot. Yeah, so you forfeit, like everything else, you forfeit your eligibility if you choose to go pro. But unlike every other team sport, you can just say, "All right, I'm going pro and I'm qualifying for that tournament."
Well, that's what I was wondering because there's not like a draft class.
Yeah,
It's just kind of
so-
like, okay, I'm now,
So yeah,
I'm
so
now pro.
for golf, there's a couple different ways. You can either do the grind method where you go to what they call Q school, qualifying school, and then you win that qualifying, and then you go to like mini tours, which is like the minor league type of stuff, and you work your way up there. And it's all based on your performance there, how much money you make, how well you do in the tournaments. Or if, for example, you have a good enough name, you've made a name for yourself in college or whatever,
Yeah.
you can get sponsor invites where Callaway says, "Hey, I like the way you're playing, or I'd like to, we have
Let's get you out there."
we have a sponsorship at this tournament. We'd like to
Okay.
get you out there. You do well, you usually get more invites that way.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that's one way. Or another way is qualifying. So some tournaments have the Monday before, just qualifying tournaments that are
Yep.
open to the public,
Oh, wow.
and also to other professionals as well.
You should just do one of those just for fun.
A lot of people
Like,
do.
just do it just to
so,
say you
did
it.
A little controversy for some people for their fantasy football punishments will say you have to do a Monday qualifier and you can suck it up in front of God and everybody at that
That'd be
point.
fine with me. Dude, no offense to those people. There ain't nobody watching.
No, well the problem is everybody else who's actually like a
The real
professional-
golfers?
a guy who's
Yeah,
actually
they
the
don't
problem
have
is
to qualify.
you're
You got to be in the cart with them.
you're paired with a hack who's shooting 150 and you're actually trying to like shoot 70, 68.
It would throw you off your
like
rhythm.
you're sitting there
If you're with somebody who's bad.
yeah.
Well, because think about it. You like on a drive, they're gonna drive 300 yards.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
But the hack
On,
goes
on your best day,
150.
I was gonna say on
the
your
right.
best day, what, you
He's
driving
spending-
300?
Yeah.
You specifically.
Yeah, anywhere between like 280, 300 on a good day. Yeah.
But how many fairways are you going to hit compared to the pro?
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You're
Like-
going to be off in like Timbuktu.
Yeah.
And the pro's going to be sitting in the cart waiting for you to find your ball.
Right.
That's hilarious.
And you do that
dude.
every single hole.
Yeah.
Every single shot, you're duffing it. You're tipping it. You can't make a putt to save your life.
And the pro would
Kinda wanna
definitely,
do
you know, you'd swing
Yeah.
and it'd be like, that was a good hit. I can't wait till it again.
sitting
Wait
there.
for this fool.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Like if I'm there, dude, I'm not driving 300. I'm barely driving 200
Right.
sometimes, depends how I hit the ball. I might do a 50-yard slice to the right side of wherever.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So that is the one downside where anybody can go and
Yeah.
do that. But that's your way of qualifying for the tournaments. Like you win or you get top, top 2 or 3 people, they can actually play that Thursday
Now, that
in
being
the
said-
tournament. So it's a cool way of being able to say, I can go in there immediately.
And that being said, it's not just the bad people who suck. There have been
Oh,
some
yeah.
good players that have sucked on
Oh,
the course.
absolutely.
Speaking of John Daly, he
Yeah.
went plus 15 on one hole.
Yeah.
What?
Now, that was out of straight ego.
Yeah.
Because he hits the first one. You're supposed to drive the water, so he hits it in the water. So
Instead of
he's like,
dropping closer and actually hitting over.
I will drive from here. He hit 7 in a row.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
just
no.
doom, 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 doom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look,
But-
if they give out free T-shirts, I'm in.
Yeah.
Because then I'll forfeit.
Yeah.
I'll get there, get my shirt, then forfeit. I don't even hit
I
them.
mean, I'd
Yeah.
try. Why not?
Get your goodie bag.
Now, that being said, John Daly finished tied 37th.
There
So
we go.
not great. He did go down in rank, which isn't fantastic for him.
John Daly Jr.
Yeah, John Daly Jr.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Daly's retired.
He's doing Champions League.
Is he
but
still
yeah.
on Champions?
Yeah. Yeah. If I remember right.
I'm surprised he's still going.
Right. Hey.
How old is he now?
Cool.
It doesn't matter how old he is because that body's been through it.
That's true. His
Yeah.
back probably horrible.
Well, dude, he was always the overweight guy.
That's right.
He would show up, no shoes, drinking like whiskey and a cigar. Like he
He's-
was not your average
He's,
guy.
he's 59.
Oh.
That 59 is like 110.
He's got a
Yeah,
lot of
so that's
miles on
dog
that
years,
59.
he's got
Yeah.
an 80.
Yeah.
yeah. But you know what? A top 40 finish, not bad.
I see
for
top
old
40
junior.
for an amateur. Yeah. That's
Now that being
great.
said, I don't know if Luke Clandon did he go pro?
Yes.
Did he? Because he was Corn Ferry's #1 player last year.
Yeah, technically you are pro at that point.
Are you pro in Corn
Well,
Ferry?
you're not PGA pro at that point. So
Yeah. I think he was Corn Ferry's #1 ranked player last year, but he finished tied 5th. So
yeah, he's professional then. Yeah.
is he pro now?
Yeah, he's 192nd in the PGA World Ranking.
Hey, if you're going tied 5th at an Open,
Yeah, that's
you're
impressive.
doing just fine.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yep. But yeah, so that's a few different ways that you can actually gain, since it's all an individual thing, you're not worried on a team
Yeah.
drafting you or how they're doing. It's literally however you're doing, good luck at that point.
Yep.
And you can get, invitations. Like, so for example, there was a PGA teaching pro a few years back, Michael Block, where technically if you're a teaching professional through the PGA, you are an official member of the PGA, but you're obviously not like ranked by anything. You have access to specific qualifiers that they give. So he had managed to win one of those qualifiers, went into, I forget which tournament it was, but I think it was the US Open, I think actually. And ends up like being like top 10 or something like that. Something outrageous
Hey.
for just a teaching professional.
Yeah.
Can he win?
He
Can he get money?
yeah, oh yeah. He's a professional. He got
Yeah.
a bunch of money. He also got a bunch of
wild.
notoriety. So for doing that well, he got invited the next week to go. I think it was over here to the Colonial actually.
Really?
Yeah, and then went from the Colonial to the one over here in Dallas, the Houston.
I bet his private lessons filled up.
Oh, for
in
sure.
a second.
Yeah, but so he got
You're like, oh, I teach lessons.
yeah.
And you're
So
like,
because he did
Yeah.
so
top
well,
10.
he then immediately got invited by the next tournament. Because that's something they have X amount of specific invitations. Hey, we have a spot open for you if you'd like to come.
And if you're golfing
Yeah.
well as a pro and you have a little bit of media, they're gonna invite you. Like
Yeah.
that guy, he's getting media attention and he's
Exactly.
good enough to play golf.
Exactly.
Come on,
Yep.
Dang.
you're coming.
Yeah. So that's.
And he probably got a ton of sponsorships.
Yeah.
honestly.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I bet he got all kinds of free cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Better.
Now I will say golf is still weird because they still win odd prizes. It's not just money all the time.
Yes. Sometimes it's money and you know.
Yeah, I was watching one. It was like you get money and this fiat, and I'm like,
Well, because it's whoever's sponsoring it. That's the thing. It's
Why?
like if you're winning the.
European
Yeah.
car.
Bro, I
It's-
only
because,
because
like-
sponsored by Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you win $10 and this Taco Bell gift card.
Hey,
Like,
but it's like.
I mean, I would take the car. I'm
Yeah,
not saying I
because
wouldn't.
it's like because I know Buick does stuff like so you can win a Buick.
It's just
for
odd.
it.
You don't see that very
Rolex,
often anymore.
you know?
Golf is one of the few. It's never like the NBA champions. They also get. And
Well, because
Yeah.
that's also the unique thing is that you're not playing at somebody's stadium.
That's
It's-
true.
Hey, it's a random course, and Rolex is putting up the money for
Yeah.
all of this, or Bank of America. Is
I love
putting
the
up the
idea.
money
Pull up
for
Staples
this.
Center. What do you get? Office chairs.
yeah. You get this pallet of paper.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
But yeah, so they're putting up all the
Oh, they
good
put up
chunk
a
of the
ton of
money
money.
for it, so they can do whatever the hell.
I
They
think
want.
right now,
Can you imagine Rolex?
I think
sponsors them? Like,
I read Puerto Rico Open is by FedEx, so I don't think they're
Yeah.
getting a whole lot of anything but money. But
Yeah.
it's crazy to me the payouts, dude. Top
Yeah.
10, you're still making good money.
Oh yeah, like and especially recently, in the last like 5-10 years, they've really boosted the money. Like 10 years ago, it used to be all right.
Well, you had to with Liv.
Well,
Liv
yeah,
was buying
that's
everybody
exactly
out.
it. So like 10 years ago, I was like, all right, grand prize was $1 million at most for top prize. Now it's top prize is $2 to $3 million Second place is like $1 million. Third place
Not
is like
even that.
750.
That Open, which I would argue the Puerto Rico Open, not a huge Open.
Not a huge Open. No.
There was nobody on that list that was like, oh, that's like a household name of golf. Top prize, like $1 million.
What?
And that dude, like, I don't even know who he is. No offense. Now, not that I watch a ton of golf.
No, but a bunch of dudes that don't have huge namesake win $1 million for a chance.
Yeah,
Like, I'd be there.
Let's see here. So for
honestly, all the way down to like
It's impressive.
15th place,
All right, here you
you're
go.
making a year's worth of salary for most normal people.
So here's your breakdown for the players for like an actual like big one. First place, 4.5 mil. Dude. Second place, 2.75 or 25 mil. Third place, 1.725 mil. Fourth place, you have to go down to sixth place
Before
to
you
get
break a
out
mil.
of to get out of $1 million, and that's still $900,000.
Where do you break at 500?
500 is 13th place is 531, 14th is 480.
So I'm telling you right
How many
now, dude.
players?
So
Oh, you get like there's a lot of players that go.
Okay,
to
I
an
was
Open.
like,
I mean, like an
So-
Open is open.
yeah.
Any,
So just
a
to,
lot of people can go.
So
That makes
usually,
sense.
yeah. So usually the whole.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I never thought it's like
so
the
let's,
open. And
That's
like,
usually
no,
about
anyone.
150. It's give or take 150 players
Okay,
on
so it's
any
not
given.
like there's 20 players and
Yeah,
the
so
top
on-
18 get
Yeah.
$200,000.
So on
No.
Thursday, about 150 players, 125 to 150 players will play.
Okay.
On after the round Friday, going into Saturday, they do what's a cut. They cut the field in half, essentially. So, but then if you make the weekend, if you make that cut, you're guaranteed at least some kind of money.
Hell
So,
yeah, dude.
for example,
That's a good bet for if you, like, if
the
you just
players,
good enough.
players will do top 90 players, including
Oh.
including ties. So if you make the weekend and then you suck, and you get dead last, so you can, let's just say your cut line is you make 1 over par. You're barely hanging on by a thread. The leader's at like 20 under par. It doesn't matter what they're doing, and you go 85, 102, and you're dead last. You're still walking away with 41 grand.
Which is
That's-
crazy.
Yeah, dude.
You can do dead last, and as long as you make it to Saturday,
I wanna be that guy.
you get 40
Yeah.
grand. You're right.
Yeah, like in goal, I'm like, that's my goals be that.
That
good.
Yeah.
that was the thing, and I know YouTube golf, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
What's the brothers? The Bryan
Bryan
brothers.
Bros,
What's
yeah.
the one that played?
Wes.
Who's now banned?
Yeah.
Wesley Bryant. Everybody kind of like gets on him for not being good enough to stay with his
Mm-hmm.
PGA card, blah blah blah. Dude, he was like a top 10 player in the Open
Mm-hmm.
at one point in his career.
But
And
he was consistent top 100,
he was
you know?
consistently making cuts. If you're making the cut, you're making, for one, money,
Mm-hmm.
and for two, you're like one of the top 50 players. That like that's
Yeah.
really good. Like people
Yeah,
hate like,
because-
oh, you weren't in the top 5, you didn't make it. Like dude was making. I mean, he wasn't like Tiger Woods rich, but he
Right.
was like normal person
Well, 'cause
rich.
okay, because like think about it, you make it to the money day,
Yeah.
and then like you still try.
Of
But even
course.
if you don't try, you're getting 41,000.
Yeah.
So like, let's say
Oh.
you try and get 100,000.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
you still
Yeah.
don't win.
Yeah.
And you do that 10 times.
But the kicker
And,
is-
like,
Golf, they play a lot.
But
Yeah,
the
that's
kicker
crazy.
is you're also, all that money is coming out of your pocket though. Is so instead of,
True.
all right, you're an NBA team, you as a player do not have to worry about a single thing except for playing well.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about transportation, what lodging,
That's true. It goes
paying
back
managers,
into the
paying
Oh, it
business
goes
whoever.
back in, yeah.
Whereas you as a golfer, you obviously have to worry about yourself, worry about your family if you got
Right.
one. But then you also have to worry about how are you getting to and from a tournament and travel.
Transportation, hotel
You worry
stay.
about your hotel because
I
this
will
is not
say,
provided. You
that's a
worry
good
about
point.
you pay your caddy. Usually it's
10%, right?
for a win, it's 10% or more depending on how it is, and then it's anywhere guaranteed is like usually 5% or something like that.
I was gonna say, I'm like, because if it's 10% of 41, I mean,
But so
the
that's the
boys
thing.
walking out, I'll be a caddy.
Or
Yeah, right.
there's usually a minimum. Of, hey, I'm going to pay you X amount weekly, and if we get money, then you get 5% of that 10%.
There's
like
of
a
that.
winning bonus
Yeah,
or
depending
money
exactly.
bonus.
But if you don't make the cut, you're paying your caddy out of your own pocket. Let's just say, all right, I'll pay you,
Yeah.
$2,000 a week or whatever, $3,000 a week. That's still paying for his travel. That's still paying for his hotel.
That's when you get your teenage cousin and be like, look, you were gonna carry
No,
this
that's-
guy.
no,
Right?
for
Carry
real,
this
that's
damn
why-
guy.
Yeah, if you're
A lot of those
under
guys-
top 50, yeah.
That's why a lot of them are like best friends or brothers.
I was gonna say it's like the guy who
siblings,
never makes the
spouses,
cut.
Yeah.
He's my caddy for the
Yeah.
weekend.
That's
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. And so you're
I'm paying
paying
you, boy.
for all of that out of your own pocket. So
That's
that
wild.
40,000, starts going a bit thinner there.
Yeah.
It for sure
because
does,
You're
but-
paying, $1,000 a week just to travel somewhere.
If you're Wesley Bryan good, right, and you're consistent top 50,
Yeah.
top 30, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're totally fine. People really like.
Well, yeah, because that's also not including your sponsors that you get paid for as well.
And at that level, you're getting sponsors.
Yeah.
What I want to see, for entertainment's purpose only, I want to see tournament, prize, whatever, but I want you to only be caddied by your wife.
Oh,
Okay.
that'd be
All
hilarious.
of them. I want all the top
That'd be
players. Bring your
hilarious.
wife out and then have her caddy for you. Oh, dude. Alternate shot.
Oh
husband,
my gosh.
wife.
That's
Could you
crazy.
imagine a celebrity golf thing, alternate shot, and just sell tickets?
Because they
for the
do
stream?
one. Well, technically they do one for a player and their children.
Do they?
Yeah.
See, that's not as fun because people are nice to their kids.
Yeah.
it's
I want to see that wife just chew you out for you're awful, or argue with you about the club. That'd be great. I'm down for it.
But it has to be a wife that doesn't know golf.
Right.
No, I want them to know just enough to argue.
So it's
Just
the
like, I want them by osmosis to know something.
Yeah.
so the PNC Championship, formerly used to be called the Father Son Challenge.
Okay.
Is,
PNC?
Yep. So that's what it usually is for the father son. But they do daughters and
So
siblings.
Tiger Woods and
Charlie. Yeah.
Charlie just own that.
No, actually,
Really?
so they've done well, but they've never won it. John Daly and his boy won it.
So John Daly's better than Tiger Woods. I hear.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
I hear what you're,
Is Charlie in college yet?
He's about to be. I believe
Okay.
he's a junior
Man.
or something like that.
Yeah, crazy.
So, all right. So, for example, this last year, Matt Kuchar and his son did it, won it. John Daly was tied for second with his boy. Last year, Tiger Woods was second with Charlie.
Wow.
Yep. A couple years ago,
remember
Vijay
that.
Singh and his son. John Daly was 2021 one, and then Tiger's been second a couple different times. So
Man,
Tiger
he's not
and,
used
and
to that.
Charlie, you're right. So yeah, they got second back in 2021. So.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah,
Tiger
so-
doesn't play on the Master or the Champions.
No, he's technically eligible this year for it, but we'll see if he actually.
Oh, he
ends up-
just now got eligibility?
or last year or something like that. It's been very, very recent that he
Wow.
got eligibility.
I feel like he's been out of golf for a while.
She needs to do it.
well, yeah, because
you
we
know
do
the
it.
whole
Yeah.
the whole thing get
Yeah.
added a few years.
We'll talk about it in a minute.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. Oh, what a great segue, actually. What a
So,
great segue.
All right.
That actually is a really good segue.
So, anyone want to volunteer to talk about Tiger Woods first?
Funny enough, he's not on my list.
He's not on
No,
my
he's,
list
he's
either.
actually not on mine.
Right. So, all right. So, for our list was for the most shamed or disrespected athletes. I can go first if you want. I
Sure.
specifically limited mine to if they did something relating to their sport. So, that was just my
Interesting.
personal.
Okay.
Because
That's where you took it.
Yeah, that's just happened because you could
Got it.
easily. No, I figured you guys would go for others. I was all right. Let's limit it to people who did something to their sport that made it where
There's a
they
lot of
were
baseball
disgraced.
players
See, what
pick
you're
from.
giving us is
Yeah.
a nice
I'm
start
giving
to
a little-
the dinner.
I'm
You're,
giving
gonna,
a
you're a
segue,
very
yeah.
good chips and salsa to
Yeah.
a really good fajita.
Yeah,
combo.
exactly.
right.
So, like for example, I've got a couple honorable mentions here. Like, so for example, the Black Sox lineup, where back in the 2000 or the 1920, where
Okay.
the Black Sox were, or technically the White Sox were rigging baseball games.
I don't know my baseball.
Oh,
history
did you
that
not?
well.
All right. So yeah, so the Black Sox were the team back. I think it was the 1919 season where they were investigated for actually rigging games for betting.
Okay.
Where they were throwing games. Like this wasn't
Nice.
like actually like
Little
betting
Dennis
for
Schroeder,
them. They were
I like it.
They were throwing games. Yeah. And so then also secondary was this a group of people in the 90s performance enhancing drug scandal for
Okay.
baseball. So like Barry Bonds.
I was
Mark
going to say there was
McGwire.
a lot of them.
Yeah, so it wasn't just one person.
Yeah.
It was all of them that got busted for Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, Jason Giambi, Sammy Sosa for like the big
Yeah.
games. All of them phenomenal, but now have been thrown out of the Hall of Fame eligibility because
Yes.
of that. Even though Barry Bonds, I think, still holds the home run record. if
I think he
remember
does. Yeah. Randy Johnson still goes to the games.
Yeah.
He's a photographer now.
right. Yeah, good for him. So for my actual top list, number 3 was Tanya Harding with
Yeah, dude.
yeah, for
It's a
allegedly
good
knowing
one.
allegedly knowing about her hitting.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Yep.
love that dude.
Yep.
That whole, just her
Yeah.
weeping.
I mean, hey, them Olympics are some serious
It's no
stuff
joke.
right
Yeah.
there. Yep.
Tanya Harding, that's serious.
Yeah. And so then number 2 is Lance Armstrong for
Yeah,
me.
of course.
Oh.
Because of just how high up on that
Nicolota.
pedestal he was put. But at the same time, there's a little bit of redemption to it because obviously he's still doing well now. He still,
Yeah.
has his organizations. But it was also the vindication that they couldn't just give the next runner-up
Oh, yeah.
all of the Tour de France's. I think the stat was out of the next 25, 24 of them were
Yep.
doping,
Not a
or
single one.
like associated with doping.
They're
on
so lucky
all
I was
of
in
them.
25th, dude. You
Right.
still wouldn't get me to shut up about
Right.
it.
Like that's wild to me.
Dude.
That you couldn't get the top 25 people in any given race.
Everybody says, "Oh, everybody's doing it." No, literally everybody.
Yeah, so
Like,
literally
they all
everybody's
were
doing
doing
it.
it.
You
yeah.
could smell.
If anything,
the
they
steroids
if
in
anything,
that
They're
dirt.
red and
Yeah.
they're sweaty.
Yeah.
that almost vindicates him for how
Oh, for sure.
like how intense it was. All right, if everybody else was doping, he was then still the best of the best.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And then my top one was Pete Rose.
Yeah.
But again, a little bit of
Old
vindication there. He was only betting on himself. So it's
Yeah.
like, as
Yeah.
bad as that was.
They were saying he was shaving though. He
Yeah.
was shaving points,
maybe.
supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly.
Because if you bet
again.
yourself
It's
to
all
win, or,
allegedly.
like if you bet yourself to win and
Yeah.
you try,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
Or you know,
Yeah.
I bet that I walked 3 tonight.
Yeah, so that's also the thing. It's like, hey, I bet you I'll only get a double or something like that. You know, we'll
It's like
we'll see.
I won't hit any home runs. I'm just gonna pull this one.
Right, yeah.
Nice
But he
triple.
also was, I believe, he was reinstated for the ability to get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Was he really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
In the last year, I believe that whoever the current commissioner was said that he's now been reinstated for the next Hall of Fame ballot.
Really?
If given, if they so deem him worthy at this point. So I guess that's kind of showing the severity of it because he was, I don't know, that's my interpretation of because he
Yeah.
was betting for himself, not against himself. My guess.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
hit only home runs. This
Yeah.
game. You know what? I kind of like that. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what, guys?
That's
I'm
a-
just getting home runs tonight.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
We're going for
I
it.
kind of like that.
All right,
That's
so I'm
what I'm saying,
saying.
that's-
Grand slam tonight.
You're not going to be mad because he ain't control.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's like you were still betting on baseball for
You
your
know what,
team.
actually-
It's like, that's
I've
still
changed my
not great,
mind.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame with you.
Oh, dude, yeah. I'd be like, Pete Rose, you're in.
Right, yeah.
Boom.
Well, plus he's such a beloved guy where it's like he still holds the record for the most hits, in
Yeah.
MLB. So it's like he was still a freaking legend at
Yeah.
that point. So it's still impressive with what he did. So, yep.
With
He
little
did okay.
betting
Yeah.
with his friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did all right.
All right.
Poor Petey.
I'll allow it.
Yep. All right. So that was our little dipping into the waves there.
Yep.
Let's go full into dark mode here.
It's definitely dark from this point on.
Let's hear it.
I can go first because we might have some overlapping. My honorable mention is Miss Tanya Harding.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, good choice.
She's
good.
she's the one.
Right.
I've got at number 3, the glove himself, O.J. Simpson.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Juice.
Because you got
the juice is
to.
loose.
Yeah. And then number 2, actually, I've struggled with number 2, number 1. I got Mike Tyson.
All right.
Because
Yep.
honestly, you could argue both personal life and sports. 'Cause
Yeah,
the
I mean-
ear biting
Yeah.
was like huge boxing stuff.
Yeah.
And then he had lots to worry about
So
outside of the ring.
What was he officially arrested for? Was it domestic violence or was it assault?
I think
think
it was.
assault.
I
Yeah,
think it was
just
pretty
straight up
bad.
assault,
I don't
yeah.
want to just throw some out there,
Right.
old Mikey Mike, but let me
Allegedly.
just look
Yeah,
that up real
if you're
quick.
watching Mike, I apologize.
Actually, you know what? Come hit me. I got a good lawyer. Let's see. I don't remember. Hold on.
Yeah, so assault and a rape conviction.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. I was like, I'm pretty
I didn't want to throw that
Yeah.
one out there until I knew it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm like, I'm pretty
All right.
sure.
Yeah.
I could ruffle some real feathers with my next one.
All right, let's hear it.
It wasn't on my list, but
So late minute addiction here.
it's a late edition. I'll go. My for sure number 1 is actually from your neck of the woods, Mr. Chris Benoit.
That was going to be on my list,
yeah.
man. That's my number 1.
I would put him because for one, awful story, but it was rough.
It's
It was
rough.
rough all the
Yeah,
way
it was
around,
rough.
Yeah.
and you could argue the CTE. I get it, but it's still rough no matter what.
Yep.
Which I guess you'd also throw in that honorable mention, Aaron Hernandez, same idea.
Yeah.
But I think Chris is a little bit more.
No, because
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, because that was Aaron Hernandez only orchestrated it. He didn't
Right,
actually.
right.
It was alleged that he took part in it.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So I mean,
Well, so who's the person that you
Well-
would throw in there?
If I was gonna throw somebody in, this is gonna not go over well.
Okay. Okay.
I would say for the love they get, and I totally get it for the sport.
Okay.
But Kobe Bryant had some crazy charges
Ooh, yeah.
against him early
Yeah.
2000s. And I was trying to see if he was ever convicted because I don't
I
remember.
know he was.
remember.
I think.
Accused
Yeah,
and
I think it was
cheat.
dropped.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
you could also put in some Ray Lewis in there too if you wanted to
Oh,
really
definitely
throw
for that.
in.
Definitely
yeah.
for that. So yeah, there's a lot that could be in there. But it looks like the court,
Yeah.
settled out of court.
Yeah.
Nobody testified. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah,
that's why
It didn't look great though.
it sure doesn't look
didn't
great.
look great.
It sure does.
Yep.
The implication of that does not look good. But that being said, it was dropped, so
Yep.
I can't say anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Alleged.
But that being said, I'll keep my main three.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Chris is my top because
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
think of like totally like letting the sport down and just doing something crazy, wild,
Yeah.
dark.
Well, because
pretty bad,
like
yeah.
so, and I'll book in it because he was my number one. So like, with,
Hey,
so with
right here,
Chris
buddy.
So with Chris Benoit, here's the thing with him. Like I remember, I ordered the pay-per-view he was supposed to be at. So he was supposed to be fighting for the world title at one of the pay-per-views, and he didn't show up, so they replaced him. But they were not going to tell you, hey, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
So the next night, you find out he died, and then you found out what happened, right?
Oh.
my! And dude, I'm like, I never witnessed like that because a fan because watching someone from a kid into that happening, I'd never
Yeah.
experienced that before, and I was shook. I was like,
Yeah.
what the heck? And so then like finding out more about what happened and how they found him, and I mean to take your wife and kid and then kill yourself, like when you're the most decorated professional wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
And not only that, but like think of like you took life of your family and yourself, but then also like you think of everybody else it affected, like they erased him from history.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
They don't talk about him.
No.
They can't show his matches. He was
Right.
a huge part of so many
At
historical
the and it was at the
wrestling things.
height.
Yeah, at
like,
the peak
Well,
of Chris
yeah.
Benoit.
And that's what always kind of got me was he was like known. He
Yeah.
was known. That
He was a known wrestler, yeah.
whatever his
The
thing
crippler
was. There you
crossface.
go,
Yeah.
the crossface. Dude, everybody knew.
Yeah.
He had a move called the suicide dive. Like it's just one of those things where you're like, it still kind of ooks me, but like
Yeah.
it's just upsetting because it's like it was such a talented guy that no one can talk about him.
Yeah.
At least in that sport. Like
Right.
fans
No.
still talk about him. You get some fans that are like, they should still put him in the Hall of Fame. I'm like, they would
No.
not. It's not like he
No.
died in a car crash.
Yeah,
No.
it's not the same.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
It was one of the most horrible things that you could do.
Right.
WWE would not even touch that with a 10-foot pole. They
Right.
put him in
No.
the Hall of Fame.
'Cause you
like,
can't even
it's the
put-
What's
wrestler.
crazy? They got Vince McMahon, and if they're saying that you can't be in the Hall of Fame and they're cool with Vince, you should know.
Yeah.
'Cause they let some crazy people,
It's
not in the Hall of
horrible.
Fame necessarily, but they
No,
let some
but
crazy
it's-
characters.
Yeah. So Chris Benoit is definitely my number one. Number two was OJ because I wanted to got to keep the murder guys together.
Right
you know what I'm
there.
saying? And technically, that he didn't go to jail for it. He went to jail for stealing memorabilia.
Yep.
So technically he didn't do
Which
it.
is the ultimate
But
crime.
but
Yeah.
I just love that he came out with a book called "If I Had Done It."
That's
Yeah.
wild. It doesn't matter who you are. That's just a wild thing.
That's
to do.
just good marketing.
what he would
Right.
do if I had done it and how he would do it if he did
Yeah.
it. And it's the funniest book of all time. I'm
Yeah.
like, seriously, bro?
Just insane.
My number three was going to be, so went a little different with my number three. It's not a singular person. It is the 2017-2018 Houston Astros.
Ah, yep. All right.
Yeah.
Because they
Oh, they were
they
hated.
ruined their name.
Yeah.
They were dominant that season and
Yeah.
beloved.
Even
They won the World
yeah.
Series.
Even through the last couple
Yeah.
of years, the people still boo them or do the whole trash can thing.
They've tainted their name. And I remember after all that, like people be like, "Oh, we still won." It's like, yeah, but
Right.
Wasn't that right after the hurricane too?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, because it was.
Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah, I
2016.
think so, you're
Yeah,
right.
because that's why it was so
2016
inspirational because it was another like Katrina Saints moment.
Yeah.
Who they still won off of Bounty Gate.
It's-
That's the point.
But I'm like the whole team. I'm like that's pretty brutal. And like I like baseball enough that it was like it's like oh that's kind of stupid. But like I wasn't as outraged as the people. Like
Right.
cool whatever.
Yeah.
But for the people who love the sport, we're very very upset.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a thing.
Absolutely.
It was a thing.
Yeah.
So then my honorable mentions were I had mentioned Tiger Woods was one, and I'm like and then another one was Antonio Brown.
Okay. Yeah.
That was one that I thought
Yeah.
about because he.
I
kinda
thought about
ruined it at
Michael
the end.
Vick.
Yeah.
Michael Vick.
I was thinking about as well.
Yeah.
Another one I wanted to put. I thought when you mentioned Benoit, Oscar Pistorius.
Oh, the
Pistorius,
runner guy.
the Paralympics runner.
Yeah.
Did you hear about him
He-
when it happened? So
He did something similar.
So same. So he was a Paralympic sprinter who had both of his legs amputated for I forget what reason. But he made it into the Olympics, the Paralympics, and was so good with his because they were like the blades. It's like, I think they called him Blade Runner. I think it was his nickname, if I remember right.
That's a great name.
And he was so good, he actually made it onto the South African Olympic team, the actual Olympics
wow.
team. He didn't medal or anything, but he was good enough to make it and qualify
Hey,
at that point.
make it through
Better
all.
than me.
And then he was convicted of murdering his girlfriend.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
So
These
yeah.
esteemed athletes that are just like, I think
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go for it.
Yep.
It's gonna finally take him out.
Yep. So.
Yeah, no, it's pretty brutal. And there's a lot out there, and like you said, the spectrum is very weird because
Yeah.
there's the like it's embarrassing, shameful,
Yeah.
and then like you murdered your family, shameful.
Yeah.
And
it's
it's
like
one of those,
there's ones like you dishonored the sport, or then it's like, oh, you did something outside of the sport, and then you dishonored yourself because of that.
Yeah, and especially because like with some of these guys like a Chris Benoit, stuff like that, the whole argument was it the CTE, that kind of stuff. And they were like,
Right.
his brain was like, they're like, was that of an 80-year-old brain?
Yeah,
And
just
so
mush.
But then you get the people that are like steroids and that kind of stuff. What would that cause you to
Yeah.
like to like really think out
I
killing
feel
your
like-
kid and your
yeah,
wife
like-
and then hanging yourself?
And like I'm no
that's just like
Yeah.
I'm sure there's got to be something like chemical imbalance at that point that like doing stuff like that makes it even worse.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of people who are on steroids that don't do that. Even though they say, hey, watch out for the mood swings. They say it's like, all right, well, I'm not going to go murder my wife and kids. Mood swing.
Yeah,
Right,
And there's still
right.
there's still some stuff out there. Like there's some people that conspiracy theorists that are saying that like it wasn't him. It was a setup because he had sent out text. I guess like the day after they technically said
Right.
that,
Okay.
like technically the day before I guess that everyone had died. Sent out text being like, hey, the garage door's unlocked, the dogs are here, like that kind of stuff. And then there was this they said there was a lot of stuff that kind of
A lot of investigation.
Yeah,
Sure.
but ultimately they're like it
So
just
it looked
leads
great,
back to
though.
him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's horrible. And for wrestling, it just sucks because Benoit was one of my favorites, and I remember, being real shook. I was like 16. I was like, golly,
Yep.
I couldn't believe it. Well, on a bummer note.
Well, that's
Yeah,
dark.
but that's I'm like, let's talk about the dark ones.
Right, exactly.
So guys, let us know some shameful actions.
Yeah.
We had the only comment on that one that was really kind of notable was we had somebody say O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
OJ,
on
of
YouTube,
course.
yeah.
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 Which I get O.J. being kind of the first one because he was one of those like he was a great athlete, charismatic, became an actor, charismatic there, had a bright future, and then that
Yeah.
just went
Yeah.
and just went insanely dark on him.
Just
So
wild on that one, yeah.
yeah, goodness gracious.
I mean, CTE is no joke at that point. It's like, and it could be
Yeah.
either like your own issues or CTE making it worse. But that's crazy to have that kind of just not mood change, just entire personality change from my understanding of
Yeah.
it. Just like people isn't like they'll live their whole lives and then one day just snap and they're completely different. It's
wild.
Yeah, it's weird because it just shows you like do you really know who you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's so many times you hear stuff, not even just with athletes, but just in general, where it's like they do something completely against what you know them as,
Right.
and you're like, but there was no signs of that.
That's also
Right.
why I feel like so sad for like high school and college athletes that are like specifically in contact sports like hockey or football and stuff like that, where it's like they're getting banged up in high school and into college, and they won't make a career out of it.
Yeah, they ain't
you
gonna make a
know?
dime.
Yeah, it's like they're
I
not.
mean, maybe
gonna
now in college you might make a little something.
even
Yeah,
still,
But there's a
though.
lot of D2 guys
Yeah.
that are like going in the
Yeah.
trenches every day
Yeah.
to go be like a used car salesman.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
it's not worth it.
And they're getting CTE, they're blowing out their ACLs freshman year and never having a career after that.
That's why you play baseball, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
Plenty of money
It's,
to
like,
go
it's
around
hard
in
on your
baseball.
body, but you're not in theory as long as you don't get hit with the bat or a ball.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Like
Strangely enough, I think even something like wrestling, which is totally like a physical contact thing, probably way better than football because of that.
Well, as far as
wrestling,
that goes,
wrestling
yeah.
nowadays, because now like with WWE, right? There's
Yeah.
there's still some wrestling companies that still hit you in the head with
oh,
chairs. and
well,
like that.
I was saying
right.
collegiate
Well,
wrestling.
collegiate. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, collegiate wrestling. Yeah, but like
Yeah.
let's say WWE for the sake of Chris Benoit.
Well, because that's usually
They
the,
don't hit in the head with stuff anymore.
That's
They don't
usually the
do it.
transfer,
Yeah,
right?
banned.
Where it's like you go for regular wrestling and then you move either entertainment or actual competitive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, collegiate wrestling, I would imagine, is better for that kind
It's
of
rough
stuff.
on your joints
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're spaghettiing it up.
But
Yeah.
or you'll break a neck like Kurt Angle. But
Yeah.
other than that, you're fine.
Kurt, dude, his neck was like this
That's
big.
Jeez.
because he did the worst. I don't know if y'all watch a ton of collegiate wrestling or like Olympic wrestling. There's like folk style and freestyle. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
it makes sense. And you watch the Greco guys, like Kurt.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, so they're just gorillas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They're
literally.
just-
It's like
they're just-
I'm not gonna touch your leg. I'm not gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hug you harder than you could hug me, and then I'm just gonna drop you on your head.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's it.
It's
That's
crazy.
all I got.
And the fact that he broke his neck the round before the finals
Yeah.
and was like,
Jeez.
I'm doing this.
And he's
And,
literally- yeah.
he won. He won a
He
gold
won.
medal.
Wow.
I can't imagine having a broken neck and suplexing somebody. The amount of just overall body, because you know that hurt everywhere.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, he was in a WrestleMania match with Brock, right?
I
Brock
popped
Lesnar.
my back wrong and my right leg goes numb.
If I stand
can't
up right
im-
now, I'm gonna
yeah,
pop and be
I
like,
can't imagine what it feels like to get
Right.
thrown with a broken
Yeah.
neck.
Right.
Like he wrestled Brock in a main event of WrestleMania when Brock
Who's
was-
also just a thick monster of a man.
beast. And this was when he was a rookie in WWE. It was like his first couple of years.
Yeah, well, Brock Lesnar was also a wrestler, like
Yeah.
professional
collegiate.
wrestler, collegiate wrestler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both
collegiate.
champions. But like he kicked Angle off of him in the first like 2 minutes, and he broke his neck
Oh my
during the
gosh.
WrestleMania match, and he still finished it. But then Lesnar landed on his head in the middle, so they both had concussion, like broken neck, and then Lesnar had a concussion, and they both stand up looking like they don't know where they are. I'm
Yeah.
like, what did I just watch? Like this isn't WWE.
That's
what
like
is
normally
this?
there's not 2 men dying, but there's 2 men dying in the ring right now.
Yeah.
There's
like,
2 dudes just dead in the ring right now. You're like, my God.
Jeez.
I would love to see them actually wrestle.
That was one.
could've
I got my money on Kurt.
So Kurt,
gold medalist.
So
No,
Kurt
for sure,
said,
for sure.
Kurt Angle said that him and Brock they wrestled each other in the back.
Oh, okay.
Just for fun. And Kurt's like, Brock may say something different, but I beat him. Like,
Well, of course, all of them are going to say something
completely different
Yeah.
styles, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
absolutely, yeah.
if they were wrestling, there's not many people who break that up, right?
No.
No, if they were
No.
wrestling each other, like
You would
yeah,
have
like,
to
that's
have-
what
Even
happened.
those mammoths that are in
You'd
WWE,
have to have the Undertaker
they
going,
would. I don't know that
and
that
lift,
would even work.
and even then, maybe
No,
not.
you just have to like just let him do
I
it.
just check out.
No. Yeah.
Dude, because I don't know there's anything you could do to stop because they're both just ridiculously large.
Yeah,
like
and
Brock
like,
is a
Let's
human
just say both
specimen.
of them started seeing red, and
Yeah,
like
it's
they
over.
wanted to kill each other for some reason or another. There's no getting out of it.
I'd clock out.
Pat
Yeah.
McAfee
Cha-ching,
calls Brock like
gone.
the alpha male of the species.
Yeah.
He's like, this is the alpha male.
Have you seen
Right.
his daughter? Because she looks
Brock
just
looks
like
just
him.
like him.
Yeah.
Dude, she's a
And
beast
she-
athlete too.
Yeah, and
She
she's
is a
amazing
killer.
dude, she's
Yeah.
rocking it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
She's gonna be his family. I assume like the siblings. 'Cause I think he's got more kids.
Probably.
They're gonna be like Steven Adams' family. You ever seen Steven Adams' family? Steven Adams like 6'10".
Okay.
You know, big guy.
New Zealand boy.
NBA.
Yep.
Out of I believe 9 brothers and sisters, 7 of them are Pan World athletes.
Wow.
Which
That
I think, yeah, dude, they're all massive. Like,
Of
it's
course.
like, yeah, my little sister is like 6'1", 210. I'm
You
like,
know,
oh yeah,
as one does.
little
you know?
bitty.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, she throws shot put. It's like, oh, no joke.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I wonder. All right, here's another one. Like, what's the greatest family of athletes as well? Like, we
Greatest
can.
That's a good one.
Like that. We can think about that one.
That can be for next time.
yeah, that'll be
That'll
that'll be
be
another
next
one
week.
as well because it's like that can be like, all right, what's your like? It can either be siblings or it can be
I've got
generational.
I've got a
like,
surprising one for y'all. So I've
sure.
got one that's really
got one,
surprising.
okay.
They are
Yeah.
way better than anybody gives them credit for, but they're not the best.
Yeah,
But-
I got one too.
Yeah,
I
all
already
right,
got
cool.
one. That'll be good for next time.
Yeah.
So guys, let us know your the best family athlete.
Yeah,
of
best
athletes?
family of athletes.
Best family of athletes can be with 3 people, 5 people, but just a
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
a bushel of
Yeah,
people.
technically it'd be a father-son if they're both like
Yeah.
all time.
And then
Which-
also teams that crash the hardest after a championship appearance.
That's gonna
Oh, I
be,
forgot about that
Yeah.
one too. Yeah,
that's gonna be a fun one too.
So
that was a good one.
let us know what you all think. We'll put something up on the socials. Hope you guys are enjoying all of the soon-to-be postseason stuff. March Madness coming up.
Let's go.
Let us know what your predictions are for all of the above. So y'all take care.
Okay.